Yeah. Oh man, I like this. Oh, legend. You killed this one, huh? Look, when one American dream dies, another one takes its place. That is me. Let's go. I'm real talk. I've been to the place where the kings been. Just a common man, but I grind hard. And my gramps told me I should dream big. Pardon me, I don't doubt myself. Conquer with or without your help. Still chasing my dreams. That's why ladies see me as king. If I said I'm almost done with my mission, would you niggas hate admit that I'm gifted? Grind to the max, to been the description. All about my dough like Homer J. Simpson. Yeah, who's that? What's that? Here's my sound. Hit him with a boom like Colonel Gal. Watch me go notorious. How you think we live luxurious? Got a team full of them henchmen at your door like milkmen. Black and blue that self-sin, so high I was walking on stilts, man. Legend said he all about the team. Sammy said she all about the dream. She got an ass that shake like Jello. Now watch me drop this elbow. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. Yes, we could not go live last night due to technical difficulties. Now, it turns out that I could have just hit a little button and everything would have been fine, but I didn't know the button. Story of my sex life. I just didn't know where to find the button. Well, now, there's a little thing that I could have hit that probably would have saved us the issue, but that's okay. We did a recorded Monday Night Raw review, and a bunch of you guys watched that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're going to talk some Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to take your calls on Skype at David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And, of course, the phone number, 702-751-2902. We're going to do all of that. We're going to read your comments in the section and all that good stuff, because I feel like it was messed up that I wasn't able to go live after such a really, in my opinion, very good Raw. Didn't get to talk to my favorite people about Monday Night Raw. And on top of that, I have a lot of opinions and things to say about Survivor Series. So I want to talk about that. So that's what I decided to do. Go live, talk about Survivor Series. Make sure you guys go on Twitter, social media right now. Let the world know Dead on Dave is live, and we are taking calls and having a good time. Make sure you do that. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go because I'm in absolute agony. But you guys make it a little bit better. So let's get into it, man. Survivor Series. And this background was made by Sal, the copious graphics guru. Did it? I didn't even ask him for it. He just knocked it out and did a beautiful job. Because this is something that I do want to talk about, man. Survivor Series needs to be great again. It's important. It's paramount. It is imperative that Survivor Series finds greatness yet again. It's a pay-per-view that has fallen from grace in recent years. Now, we're talking about the second longest yearly running pay-per-view, only to WrestleMania. That's the only one in WWE that has been going on longer than Survivor Series. This event has had so many great moments. The Montreal Screwjob, of course, the debut of The Undertaker. I mean, and just so many more. WWE has two parts to its year. It's got 6 months where it's just kind of coast and everything. And then you have the time where you have your big four. Okay? Your big four pay-per-view, and of course that starts with SummerSlam. And then after that you have Survivor Series and WrestleMania, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Survivor Series needs to be counted in that yet again. When people talk about the big pay-per-views, Survivor Series needs to be in that conversation. It seems to have been forgotten. Now there's a lot of ways that you can put emphasis back on Survivor Series and make it matter. One way is exactly what they're doing this year, with heightening The Undertaker's 25-year anniversary, which I think is a very good idea. I think it can be very effective, and it's very smart to do that. But there are other ways to do it, man. And I think with the booking that we're starting to see off of last night's Raw, if it continues down that path, we could have some very intriguing matchups. But I'm not just talking about Survivor Series being viable and important and entertaining this year. I'm talking about long-term viability. That's what I'm talking about. getting a huge following for Survivor Series again. You know, believe it or not, the Survivor Series didn't die with the gobbledygooker. I mean, we all want to believe that because, yes, that happened and it was horrible. But there's been so many other great moments throughout the years that you can associate with Survivor Series. Now, to me, there is one way, and I know as long as Vince McMahon is alive and in charge, it will never happen. But there is a way, very simple way, to add an extra element to Survivor Series and make it a yearly juggernaut yet again. A must-watch event. Okay? Very simple. War games. Yes, war games. Add it back. Get it back. You know, bring it back from the dead. Because it's going to, for one, it's an awesome event. Yes, they have Hell in a Cell, which does complicate things because it is rather similar. I mean, similar but different, of course, because it's 2 rings and all that stuff. But war games can be this one match a year extravaganza. It's such a special thing. It's probably my favorite match gimmick in history. I loved just something about war games. The fact, you know, all the guys that were in it, the legends, the fact, the rules, the violence, everything about it worked. If you can find a way to bring back war games and reintroduce it into this current culture, I think it would do a lot to really get the product going again and get the word of mouth for Survivor Series. Survivor Series needs something. It needs a hook. Whether or not they start using it for debuts yet again, maybe bring back the whole idea of a casket match, whatever you want to do to make Survivor Series a little bit special, that's what they need to do. The whole creation of it was because you had the first 3 WrestleManias that did amazingly well, and they wanted to pair something with it that was going to draw equal or even greater attention, something in the holiday season, something that would be a yearly family tradition, and that's what Survivor Series was. And getting behind the whole elimination style matches was a great idea. It worked for a long time. And then they kind of got away from it. You know, it became less important, and then they tried to hurry up and rush importance back into it in the early 2000s. And then it just died completely. You know, they tried to kind of force it at one point, but it just didn't really work. I mean, nobody was really buying it. Now it's just this entity that just sits there, and nobody's really caring too much about what's happening with it, which again, I think is sad. I think it's unfortunate. It's too good of an event to just fall by the wayside. It's a fantastic event. This year, I think, based off what we're seeing early indications, this Survivor Series has an opportunity to be a memorable one. Just having The Undertaker there, 25-year anniversary, that's a special thing. The people that he potentially could be partnering with and taking on this really emerging force in the Wyatts, that's a really special thing. Could be a lot of fun. But how about the fact that Roman Reigns could really be a serious contender now to Seth Rollins? I like this idea. I like the way that Roman has kind of gone back to the well, and I'm still not sold on Roman Reigns. I'm still not a huge Roman Reigns guy or whatever, but you can't help but look at the improvement that he's made, and he makes the most sense for Seth Rollins right now. Whether or not this is a long feud, I don't think it will be, or not, that remains to be seen. I think there's a very good possibility that people will be added to it. Obviously, more than likely, Mr. Dean Ambrose. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. Alex Williams says, put the Elimination Chamber back in Survivor Series. See, that unfortunately with the Elimination Chamber, because they're citing that all these new stadiums can't hold it, all these new places can't hold the Elimination Chamber, you'd have to assume that probably ruins my War Games suggestion as well. If it can't hold Elimination Chamber, it probably can't hold friggin' War Games either. But I think that any of those big cage crazy events would be perfect for it. Personally, I liked Elimination Chamber when I was at New Year's Revolution. I enjoyed that. I thought that was a good place for it. You kick the year off with Elimination Chamber, and that was always fun, I thought. But I don't know. Juan Morales in the chat says, "What's up, Dave? What's up, Juan Morales? How you doing?" Let's see. L. Imes the name 10. Survivor Series would be a good time for an NXT guy to make a debut. I agree. I think anytime's a good time for an NXT guy to debut. But this year in particular, it really could be a good time for somebody big. But would that take some of the shine off of the fact that probably Tyler Breeze is going to be making his pay-per-view debut at that event against Dolph Ziggler? Not really sure. I mean, like, who do you want to debut at this point? We know Tommy's coming back. We know that Sami Zayn is going to be coming back at some point. There are a few other guys, but I mean, who do you want to debut at this point? You don't want to end Finn Balor's run quite yet. You want to keep this going and see where this goes with Apollo Crews. That seems to be exciting. There's a lot of things that still need to be done at the NXT level. I don't really want to rush anybody up, but as far as bringing somebody up as an excitement to, mirror the success of The Undertaker. I mean, whenever you debut somebody at Survivor Series, the comparison's going to be there. So I think it would be Corbin, maybe Corbin. Corbin's not ready in my book. I don't think he's ready yet. That's just my opinion. He's just big and goofy still, but I don't know. I think he's still green. I don't know. So yeah, there are just so many reasons why Survivor Series needs to get back to prominence. We're going to be talking about we're going to talk a lot about Survivor Series this month. I'm going to do shows about like best Survivor Series moments and all that, because I think it's important to get back to the greatness of this event, because it really was. It was a great event. It held a lot of prestige. It was just an absolute lot of fun. It really was. Hey, if you guys want to go ahead and give a call, you can do so right now at David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. Of course, use the phone 702-751-2902. Juan Morales says, hey, Dave, which WCW pay-per-view would you bring back, Halloween Havoc or Bash at the Beach? Halloween Havoc. I loved Halloween Havoc. I lived in Las Vegas. Halloween Havoc was always in Las Vegas, and that was great. It was a lot of fun. So Halloween Havoc, not even a question. Let's have monster trucks on the roof again. That was a great fucking idea. Let's do that again. Oh, my God. That'd be great, wouldn't it? So that'd be fun. I know that I didn't get a chance to talk about it live, but I did do the Monday Night Raw review recorded. But I want to go ahead and reiterate, and I want to just talk about it for a few minutes, how good I thought Raw was last night. I mean, it's been so bad for so long, and last week there was it was markedly improved. But this week, we got so much, man. And I went back and watched it again just to see if I was overselling it a little bit. I think I undersold it. I think it's one of the top 3 Raws we've seen this year. I think it was absolutely fantastic. Every match delivered last night. They all had time. It was important. That number 1 contender tournament seemed like it mattered. It mattered more than so many things that we've seen on WWE television in so long, and that got me excited. That got me happy. It got me wanting more. It was a great way to kick off a new week coming out of a really good pay-per-view like Hell in a Cell, and just really kicking it into high gear for the week that we're going to have. Now Breaking Ground is here, which I'm really enjoying. I watched the first 2 episodes of that. I've really enjoyed that. Thought that was cool as hell. You got a whole bunch of other things. Of course, we got NXT. We got SmackDown, which has been fantastic. So there's all these really great things that are happening, and it's exciting. It's exciting. That Raw, being the flagship show, just had its best show in 2-3 months. Maybe this is a rise back to prominence. I don't know. It could mean nothing, because we can easily go back to shit next week. But it all depends on how the build goes between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Let's face it. It goes as that goes. And hopefully it's going to be built properly, and we're going to have some fun with it. We'll see. Liam's the name 10. I got your name right now. He says, can we redo the monster truck match and throw Ryback off the roof? It seems a little excessive. A little excessive to throw Ryback off the roof, but hey, what are you going to do? Why not? I don't know. Alex Williams says, I really liked Raw. All the matches were good. The sight of the Wyatts carrying Kane was eerie and creepy. I agree, man. I thought the Wyatts really did as far as not having a match, they stole the show in a lot of ways last night because Bray Wyatt had a fantastic promo. I think one of his best promo if not his best that he's done. And Kane, even though he didn't look right to me, he looked like he did get hurt the night before. The beatdown was good. The carrying out was awesome. It just makes you wonder who is going to team with these guys and who's going to round this team out. There's just so many things. So it's a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. Liam's the name says Raw was simple, similar to NXT. You're 100% right. Raw didn't try to be too much more. It didn't try to be convoluted. They put a damn number one contenders tournament in the forefront and just let these guys go. They got the fuck out of their way. They said, guys, go wrestle, and got the fuck out of their way, didn't they? They let them go. That's what you need to do. We saw some great individual and, individual performances as well as give and take stuff. I mean, look at the Kevin Owens match is a really good example of that. I'll watch that 10 times a week and twice on Saturday. That was fantastic. Kevin Owens taking a little bit of a submissive role and, just getting a victory and doing what it is. How about Cesaro flying around the world right now, putting on a cape and just being Superman, for lack of a better term, doing everything you want to see out of him, trying to get over and showing the people in the back that he is going to be the man, whether they want him to or not. Here's the thing. Cesaro is becoming this cult phenom in a lot of ways. And I think it's getting to the point where WWE cannot let him go. Because if he goes somewhere else and they stick a belt on him, they might have something bigger than they even realize. Cesaro has so much potential. So much potential. Just keep a microphone away from him. He doesn't need to talk. He's that good. He's transformational. He doesn't need to talk. He's fine. He's great. Just let him go. It's like you stick a damn key in his back, wind him up, and just let him have some fun. Because that guy is an absolute dynamo. It's fun to watch. Juan Morales says, Big Show or Kane, who would you like to spend the day with? Kane. Mainly because, Kane is Mr. Jacobs, the politician behind the mask. Yes, he is an actual politician, believe it or not. Glenn is a politician. I don't know, Big Show, everywhere you go, you can't sit with him. God forbid you got to get into a car with the guy. If he busted ass in front of you, it might kill somebody. It's just, I don't want to deal with it. Too big. And Kane's big, but he's not Big Show big. And I'm a big fat guy myself, so I can't even imagine Big Show and I trying to travel together. Just well over 1,000 pounds, probably close to that, and just farting and beans and all kinds of stuff. I'd like to eat with the guy, though. I'm sure he eats like a goddamn king, right? My God, that'd be fantastic. So I don't know. But look, we got a lot of great things going on here on Day-to-Day Productions. I'm really excited about everything that's going on. The new graphics, the new intros, all the support that we're getting from everybody. Again, I'm really sorry we didn't do Raw last night live, man. It really sucks. I didn't want that to happen, but things happen, man. ISP issues. There's something going on with YouTube in Germany and stuff, and I don't know. I'm using a backup server, believe it or not, so it's weird. Liam's the name says, who wins this Survivor Series match? Well, we don't even know what the match is going to be yet, but if I had to guess, Undertaker's probably not going to be losing again. Yes, it sucks that Bray Wyatt will be losing yet another feud, but more than likely, if I had to guess, Undertaker ain't losing the 25-year thing, I don't want him to lose either. Jordan Turner, what's up, Dave? Hey, what's up, Jordan Turner? I appreciate the shout-out. What I'm thinking is something like this, man. What if the other two people really are someone like JBL and Sting, or Mankind and Sting? Just Sting being one of those guys. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if at the end of the match, let's just say the last two members standing is Sting and Undertaker, and they win the match, and then after, they just stare at each other. They just stare at each other for like an inordinate amount of time. and it gets weird and creepy, and the crowd just comes to this crescendo, and we all know where it's leading. Now, obviously, both would have to be healthy for that to happen, but that would be really cool, man, because going to WrestleMania, it might be a little bit too early to tease it, but that would still be pretty neat. Something I would be down for. I'd be down for that. I wouldn't mind it too much. I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. We haven't gotten a call. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I wanted to talk about Survivor Series. I believe we accomplished that. We accomplished the mission. We had a mission. We accomplished it. And it's a good thing that we did. Or the terrorists win. No, I'm kidding. So, look, I appreciate you guys in the chat, man. Thanks for showing up. Pretty cool. But I'm in a lot of pain. I'm going to sleep. It's almost midnight here in Germania, and I'm exhausted. So, if we had more callers, we had more people in here, I'd definitely have gone longer. But, hey, this is a little bit of an extra show anyway, a little special just for you guys who really missed out last night with the live Raw. Again, sorry about that. Try not to miss another one here. But, hey, it is what it is. The server went down. So we're on a backup server. We're able to go live now, so it's all good. So thank you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Keep on subbing to the channel, man. We're well over 1,500 subs now. On our way to 1,600. Very excited about that. Let's look at another question in the chat here before we wrap it up. Jordan Turner, hey Dave, man, I see Rollins winning via DQ by Dean Ambrose turning heel on Reigns because, like Bray Wyatt said, anyone but you, Roman, and I'm happy that I predicted Rollins versus Reigns. A lot of people predicted it. It made a lot of sense. But yeah, I could see it happening. I don't. Who knows? I don't think Wyatt and Reigns are done by any stretch. I don't know if Ambrose is going to finally pull the trigger and go heel. I don't know if he necessarily has to. Not yet, at least, because they still have a lot of time to build if they are indeed going to have a triple threat at WrestleMania, which I do think there is a possibility of that happening. It's still a little bit early to tell at this point, but Dean needs something. You got to go somewhere with Dean Ambrose. The worst part of it is if you have Dean turn on Roman, it's not even really a heel turn. He's not going to get booed for it. He's just not. And I don't want to see Dean as a full-blown heel like this either. I'd much rather see him as a tweener and have Roman as the heel, the main super evil heel, and Seth as a face. I think all three of them need a little bit of a shift in direction, and I think it could be something really special, but we'll see. We shall see. I don't know. Marco Brazili, hey buddy, are you gonna watch Survivor Series? Of course I'm gonna. That's what we're talking about. No, I'm not gonna watch it. Not gonna review it. I don't even know what to do with that question, Marco. I know like 4 Marcos right now, and all of them are just kind of weird. They'll ask something like that. Just strange. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, just very weird. You see me with a banner of Survivor Series, the importance of it and everything, and you gonna watch it? You gonna watch that thing? Hey, Cubs lost the World Series. Actually, we didn't make it to the World Series, Jackhole. Oh, I'm getting trolled. That's what's happening. Liam's the name. I'm bored of the brothers, Roman and Dean. Just make a porno already. Right? Just go ahead and fuck. I'd fuck Roman. I don't care how disgusting it is. I don't, whatever. I'm not gay. I have no problem with gay people, but I'll tell you this much. As straight as I am, and I'm pretty goddamn straight, that thou doth protest too much, Dave. I'd rail Roman Reigns. That man is gorgeous. Oh, he's impossibly handsome. Just drives me nuts. Jordan Turner, last question, Dave. Do you see Sasha Banks facing either Paige or Charlotte at TLC? No, I don't. Over the next few weeks, I'm expecting Paige to take on Becky and get rid of her, and then eventually take on Charlotte at obviously Survivor Series. TLC, okay, maybe. Hopefully. I think it's a very good possibility. Sure. Now that I reread your question, I actually used my big boy glasses. I didn't wear glasses. And I actually need glasses. Believe it or not, I'm actually supposed to have glasses and a hearing aid. Believe it or not, but fuck all that. Hashtag Dave fucked the pee hole. I tried to finger fuck a pee hole, but that's okay. Hashtag it's there somewhere. Yeah, I know Mackie Poo Radio sucks. No, I'm kidding. I love Mackie Poo. Sucks. Just kidding. Love Mackie Poo. But that's about it. I think that's about all I got. I'm tired. But look, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little while. Hope you guys had fun with the little bit of a makeup show. And we'll see you next time right here on Dead on Day Productions. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you're so inclined, please go ahead and donate to the channel. Keep the cool stuff like the new number, 702-751-2902. You guys keep that going. So if you're so inclined, please feel free to donate, and you'll get a big shout out on the channel for doing that. And I'll read your message and all that good stuff. So thank you very much, man. Got a call. Holy crap. Stop me dead in my wrap-up. I'm wrapping it up. Michael Mendoza
I know,
says, no.
man. You're wrapping it up. Dude, I had no idea you were live right now. I just literally popped it open like 2 minutes ago.
Well, I mean, I let everybody know earlier.
I know. I tried to watch I was looking for the Raw video last night.
You don't pay attention to me enough, Mendoza. What the
hell? To be fair, today's the first game of the World Series, so
yeah, but it's not time yet, is it?
No, it's another hour and a half or so.
I'm going to bed here.
I'm just getting ready. Oh yeah, I know. It's got to be late by you.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
But yeah, man, God, we missed a good Raw, Dave. We don't get that many good Raws, and we missed it.
Hey, it's not. I didn't miss it. I still did. I did a review. I just couldn't do it live.
Yeah, I know, man. I was so amped up to talk to you about it. But,
so was I, man. I was talking to everyone in the chat the whole damn night. I was so excited, and then
it was such a good Raw. Yeah, such a good Raw.
It was, man. It was a really. It was just everything was well done. And somebody said it earlier, and it's perfect. It was simple. They just went simple with it. No high concept, nothing like that. Just real simple wrestling, and it worked. It was great.
Yeah, we got what we were asking for. A bunch of single matches between the top guys in the roster, and we got to see everybody shine, have their spots, and it was a great match, after great match with those guys, and then we got a fucking kick-ass main event. So what else could you ask for?
I enjoyed the fact that they put an emphasis on winning at pay-per-views. I thought that was really cool. Giving all the winners a little bit of a reward. Yeah, I thought that was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until I watched the video, and I was like, yeah, that is true. I didn't even notice that they put all the winners into the matchups and all the losers into their own matchups. I didn't even realize that until I watched the video. So that was a good point. Did not realize that. So,
it was pretty cool.
But a quick question on Survivor Series before you go, though, since it is Survivor Series. What other Survivor Series team ups do you see happening besides the big one with Bray and Undertaker?
I don't think the New Day is going to be defending their titles again in a regular manner. So more than likely something surrounded with the New Day and maybe a couple others, maybe even a new member debuting for the New Day, and then against some form of a team between the Dudleys, maybe the Usos, and someone else. Who knows?
That would be cool for them to come back. Yeah, that would definitely be cool for them to make their return for Survivor Series.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the Usos come back now.
Yeah, I think obviously they're doing something. They're trying to do something with Sheamus and Rusev and Barrett. So
that's right. The European Union, that could be another one.
Yeah, I just don't see what the angle is going to be on the other side. That's the only thing. I don't see what the other team is going to be. I mean, just a bunch of Americans. I don't know. I have no idea what the other angle is from the other side besides them being the European team.
That's
and then
gonna
the
be
next
an issue, man. And it's funny between them and another thing that got introduced yesterday, the Mex Americans. That could be something too. It's very strange. I think We the People, that whole movement, I think that could have been something if they would have added more people to the stable. I'm hoping they add more people to the Mex Americans because as hokey and retarded as that might seem, I think there's something there. So
I just don't see. There's not a lot of. I don't think a lot of Mexican guys that they have right there. There's only the
I guess
Luchas.
Get the Lucha Dragons in there.
and Del Rio and the Luchas. Yeah, I mean that'll be fun, I guess. But I don't see how they mix. And that's the other thing I want to see. That was another thing I wanted to talk to you about too. Was because this Del Rio thing, I don't. They're clearly trying to push him as a heel,
Yeah.
but it's not happening. Like it's not. Everyone is cheering him on, and he's coming out. Like you would think if you just turn the TV on and you watch him, you think that he's being over as a face right now. But they're trying to push him as a heel. So
he's
I was
definitely
like,
coming to the ring as a heel, but once he gets in there, he's not really working like a heel. But Del Rio never really has worked like a face or a heel anyway. When he works, he just kind of works the same, you know.
Yeah, because that's what I was confused. Because I mean, I know that they put him with Zeb, and Zeb is like this whole Mexican American thing, so people are going to cheer for that.
Yeah.
But then in that same promo, he calls out Neville for being an immigrant.
Yeah, which was hysterical. That was hysterical. I loved it because it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
I also wonder how well Del Rio is going to play once they leave the West Coast.
That's true.
Let's face it. There's a high Latino population there on the West Coast. Once they leave there, I'm expecting the reactions to Del Rio kind of go back to the same way they were before, where they were kind of dying out. Even though I think this is the best version that we have seen of Alberto Del Rio. I really do.
Yeah, he looked fucking awesome last night, man. That's another thing I want to talk. I was like, wow. I was like, I don't know, man, but he's looking better than I've ever seen him.
Guy, but he is impressing the shit out of me right now. And you know what? I got to give him a little credit for the work he did in Lucha Underground. He did a great job in Lucha.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of Lucha. I didn't watch too much. I kind of lost interest in it, but I did watch a little bit of the first season. I watched a couple of his matches, but I didn't watch it like how obviously I watched WWE. So,
yeah.
But
Jay
yeah,
Cardi
he's looking good.
Says, Dave, I just hit 100 subs. Congratulations, Jay Cardi. 100 subs. Nice job.
Nice job.
Very nice
job.
We all start somewhere, man. I remember when I freaked out when I hit my 100 subs, man. When I first hit 100 subs, I was like, oh my God, there's something here. So it was kind of
But yeah, man. Like I said, I just didn't know what they're trying to do if he's coming out as a heel, because obviously I think in the match of Fatal 4 he was working with Kevin Owens, obviously as a heel, so they were like teaming up together, taking out Ziggler for a good deal of that match. Yeah, so they're trying, but I guess like you said, in the West Coast, he's not going to get booed or treated in a certain way because he's Mexican. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out, because I really don't know. More than likely, it will be a heel. Like now that he didn't win the #1 contendership or anything like that, I can see Jack Swagger making a reemergence here, because that's one way to make sure that Del Rio gets booed as a heel. Have Jack, who has the damn history with Del Rio, and Zeb Coulter, obviously, and that could be pretty interesting.
Yeah, like I said, that would be great for Jack Swagger, but I just don't see the angle, because like, what is he gonna? I mean, because what Zeb and Del Rio are cheering here is for Mexicans and Americans to come together, and Zeb is like, all these countries need to come together. Him. Yeah. Because I was like, if Swagger's going to come against that, that's kind of doesn't really make sense. Because then he's saying, no.
Like you said, in the same promo that he's talking about coming together as people, he's an immigrant. So, I mean, nothing makes sense with it. So
I know that really threw me off when I heard that. I was like, wait, what? And I was just like, whatever. I'll go with it.
Zebby's old, man. Dutch Mantel is old as shit. And he's kind of lost it.
But yeah, I don't know, man. But
he's out
there
on a goddamn Jazzy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's funny when the blinker goes on when he's driving around that thing, man. I don't know why I find that shit to be so funny, but when I'm watching him go on there, come down the ramp or whatever, it's just funny to me seeing that shit. I don't know why.
Nah,
I think it's funny.
I love it. I love it. It kills me. It kills me. There's a lot of interesting things happening, and I'm hoping that they saw what they did last night with Raw, and now they realize they can do that every week. It's not hard to fill the 3 hours when you fill it that way. So I'm hoping that's kind of a wake-up call, because now look, all crowds are not going to be as hot as that San Diego crowd, and they were hot.
Yeah, they were unusually hot. I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, they were giving Roman a huge chant, which I was extremely surprised. They were giving everybody that performed that night. You know, they were giving everyone a great chant.
They were
Nobody
giving
was
people
really, they were
passes
hot for
too.
everyone.
Yeah, they were giving people passes too. You know, if something
Yeah.
wasn't particularly wonderful, they weren't no selling it. I think that was important as well. But I went back and I've watched that Fatal 4-Way twice now, or twice since I watched it live. That's a great match, man. That Fatal 4-Way was fucking badass.
Oh yeah, everyone got their spot. Everyone got their chance to shine in that match, and that was, those are important when you're having those fatal 4-way matches, because not everyone will get a chance to show off their, their skills or their talent. Everyone, there was, like you said, there was a point in time where it was a bunch of one-on-ones here and there throughout that whole match, and that was exactly what that needed. And I mean, everyone, like I said, when you got Roman and Kevin Owens staring down at each other at the very end, it comes down to those two guys. I think those were the right two guys for it to come down to. I was actually surprised Kevin Owens got the win a little bit, but I mean, he deserves it, to be there. So I mean, he is the Intercontinental Champion.
How about that pop-up powerbomb counter from the from Roman with that damn super punch off the pop-up powerbomb? Badass, man.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, and then like I said, and then Kevin Owens, of course, makes that spear look a lot worse than it really is, because the way he takes it, and so does Kofi. Kofi, for some reason, whenever he takes that spear, it looks like he fucking gets paralyzed when he gets hit with that spear.
Kofi needs to be really, really congratulated for reinventing himself the way he has. He's really doing some really cool things right now, both on the mic and in the ring. Somebody tried to rip the New Day on Twitter the other day. Wrote New Day and said, to Big E in particular, said something to the extent of, how does it feel that Vince McMahon has turned you guys into walking jokes and all this? And Big E responded in such a good way, responded something to the like of this. He said, yeah, because having fun for the first time in my career, getting paid lots of money and being the most over we've ever been, yeah, we're suffering. Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, then that's a great point for Big E. But at the same time, they have whooped a lot of ass, and I think, they've taken out the Dudleys, John Cena. They've taken out a good deal of people on a every week basis on Raw, especially on Raw. So I don't really see that
as a joke. I don't see them as a joke.
I don't either. Yeah.
I see it as three young brothers who have finally been. They took the reins off these guys. Said, "Be yourselves. Take some chances. Sink or swim." And they're taking chances, and they're just having fun, man. And if you know Xavier Woods and you've seen Big E on that channel, this is who they are. They are not being
exactly.
Mockers. They are not being jokes. This is who they are, and especially Kofi. Kofi's probably the silliest of the three of them.
Probably, yeah. I mean, when you're watching those Madden tournaments and Kofi's a part of them, and it's just, he's fucking hysterical on those things. He comes up with some of the more funniest sayings on there on that show. But I don't know, man. Like it's like exactly what you said. They're just being themselves, and we all know when you give guys the chance to just be themselves, you kind of get the best kind of product there, because they're relaxed. They don't feel they have to be scripted. They're just out there being themselves, and it's just a matter, that if they get over with the crowd likes them for being who they are. So that's,
Sometimes you got to take the handcuffs off. You got to take the training wheels off, and you got to let them go.
Unfortunately for a lot of guys, that's not the case. As for Roman, he's never going to be that guy. For even Cesaro, sadly, even though Cesaro looks like a goddamn star in the ring,
they took the handcuffs off of him in the ring, but.
In the ring, yeah, but Mike-wise, he's never going to get to that point, I don't think.
Keep that muzzle on him. Keep that muzzle on his ass. Like to go to the, I'm like, oh my God, I want to kill myself. Roman trying to talk to Seth last night, too. Really? I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah, when he came out, when the Authority was out, and he came out originally? Yeah, okay, yeah, that was just really, I just took that for him coming out. They probably just told him, look, just come out there, state that you're going for the title, and, whatever. Say what you want to say, and
just punch
he probably
him.
just had,
Just punch him, Roman. Punch him.
I was saying that at the end of the show because I was hoping they were doing a long take there at the very end of the show.
They stared lovingly into each other's eyes and shit.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening? I was expecting something to happen. I was just in my head. I was telling Roman in my head. I was like, just hit him, just hit him if you're gonna stare at him for that long.
Yeah.
But it was cool, man. They got a big pop, for those two. It was cool to see that matchup, come to fruition there. See that what we're gonna get. I don't think Roman's gonna win the title here in Survivor Series. I don't think that's gonna happen. But the fact that we were wondering where they were going to push Seth after, Kane, and now we're getting a, Roman and Seth feud now.
Sense.
It makes sense, and it's actually exciting. I'm excited for it, so I've wanted to see it.
It's exciting not only because of their history, but it's exciting because they put over a tournament on Monday Night Raw, dedicated an entire show to it, and now it seems like Roman deserves to be there a little bit. Now it's cool.
Yeah, like I said, I almost thought Del Rio might take it because obviously, I mean, I know I just caught it when you were talking about Ambrose turning heel, this video that you were just talking about, and that promo that they put, with him, both of them talking in the back. I mean, come on, that sounds so evident that he's gonna do something because that promo Ambrose gives Reigns, and in the locker room he's like, "Yeah, Bray fucked you." And this person got you. This person's got it's like sort of like trying to hint to him like, hey, like someone else is gonna get you, man.
Coming in your ass next.
Exactly, like I'm coming for you, and you don't know. So that was just a little bit too on the nose there. I mean, I
thought
think
there was a possibility though of giving it to Alberto, which I think would have been a good move, and having Dean make the turn last night. I think that could have worked. But I like the way that what they decided to do. I thought it was a good move. Yeah,
I liked it either way. I just thought for a second after that promo happened, I really thought, okay, well, they're not going to give it to Roman because, they don't want to. They want to, swerve us. Since we all think that Roman's going to win this, so they're probably going to have Dean come out and fuck Roman over, and then have Del Rio go over in the match, and then we're going to get a feud with Del Rio. What a way to put him back into the picture even more, to have him main event with Seth. And I thought that wasn't a bad idea, actually, especially after the matches that he put.
I'll say it again. I don't have a problem with predictability. I really don't, because wrestling is fairly predictable. There's only so many things that you're going to be able to do. I don't have a problem with predictability as long as it's executed fantastically. And like it was last night, it was executed so well. I don't care that I knew that Roman was going to win that thing. I don't give a shit. That match was badass. I'll take that match every day of the week and twice on fucking Sunday.
Exactly. So, I mean, like I said, I know I'm one to comment on, the same thing over and over. But I mean, the fact that they executed it last night and they did it in such a great way, especially with those number of matches. It wasn't just one great match. We got a great match after great match, and then the main event was great. It was fun.
I mean, even the Divas stepped up. I mean, that 6-woman tag was not bad. And then we finally got a payoff. We finally got a payoff to the Paige situation.
Yep, and that was finally good to see. I mean, like I said, I'm tired of seeing the teams and all that, but the match, I try to just judge it as a match, and
they were hyped.
And it was not a bad match, and it was a pretty good match. And like I said, I was happy to see Paige finally come in there and start whopping those fucking women in the ring.
Paige went jailhouse on those two, man. Paige grabbed Becky and Charlotte and was like, "I told you bitches to get my cigarettes," and just smashed them both. I mean, she looked great.
She looked good, though. Yeah, she looked very intense and very good. I liked how she came off. So I'm just curious to see where they're going to go. I mean, Charlotte, they're going to go her and Charlotte right away, or if they're going to try to put Becky in there, get her some well-needed ring time in there with somebody.
Becky and Paige we'll see over the next couple of weeks, and then Charlotte and Becky at Survivor Series, or Charlotte and Paige at Survivor Series. I mean.
Like I said, that sounds like a good plan to me. It sounds like that's a good thing, and that's the thing that we saw on NXT a couple weeks ago, I think it was, where they made these new storylines and feuds all in that 1 hour show, and I think it's almost like WWE is starting to pick up on that these last couple of weeks, and we're seeing all these feuds sort of, start, organically, and not, you know what I mean? Like it's just everything is intertwining very easily, and that's what I like.
So. Something that's coming into my head, and I'm wondering this, because one thing that Vince does pay attention to is ratings. And the ratings are awful on Raw. I mean, they're 2.4, 2.3, whatever. Granted, there's still well over 3 million viewers a week, and they're still number 2, number 3 in cable every night and all that, and that's great.
Yeah.
But a 2.4, that's 1994 numbers. That scares the shit out of Vince. It really, even today with TV, is not the same as it was back then. It's a much different thing because more people are watching on the internet, and So that's why they do
Yep.
the Twitter impressions, and that's way more important and all that stuff. But I'm wondering, based off what we saw with 7 weeks of just terrible booking, terrible Raws, NXT continuing to do its thing, though, in a really good way, and SmackDown starting to emerge, I'm wondering if Vince decided to give a little bit more power to those who were calling the shots on SmackDown and NXT, mostly Triple H. I'm wondering if Triple H had a little bit more insight into like a last night situation, because it felt simpler. It felt more stripped down.
Yeah, it did. It felt like a much better, cleaner show, man, and that we were getting. We were getting a bunch of nonsense for I don't know, for like 2 months, a month and a half, and we finally just get some simple booking, simple one-on-one matches that actually mean something there to the main event. So that way you have people invested instead of tuning off and going like, oh, the main event, do I want to watch it? No, not really. I'll pass. I'll watch it later or whatever. Exactly. We have someone where you make the audience crave to want to see the main event because you're like, well, shit, I got to see what's going to happen.
Well, it wasn't even just about the main event. It was that every match that they had to be seen so you knew what was going to happen for the
exactly,
main event.
Yeah.
And it was a continuous storyline being told the entire night. We don't get that, and that was wonderful.
No, definitely not. Yeah, and so that was awesome, man. And like I said, I think they know that they were really successful with Hell in a Cell the night before. I think they got the reaction that they wanted from a lot of fans. I think they knew that it went pretty good, and so I think they're just trying to keep that momentum up, and hopefully they do, because I mean, Hell in a Cell was great, Raw was great. SmackDown, I hope so. hope it's solid.
Going off the track record, so, I'm gonna assume that it will be, and we know NXT is gonna be great. So now we got the Breaking Ground as well. I'm wondering how that's gonna influence things. So there's a lot going on to be really happy about. Now,
did you check that out?
If we're back to complaining next Monday, I'm not gonna be overly surprised, but we'll see what happens.
But did you check that Breaking Ground out?
I did. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
You liked it? Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I think it's cool the fact that now the guys that they have down there, they're putting it on television that they're being cut. So,
yeah, I like that. I like that, and I love that Shatner. I love that Shatner's narrating the fucking thing.
Yeah, I did see that, but
that's
he plays
awesome.
it out. He's not. Yeah.
Captain Kirk is fucking calling the shit going on in WWE. That's fantastic, man.
I can't imagine how much they paid him to do that, though. So I'm pretty sure they paid him pretty decent.
Shatner prints money. Who knows? They probably just said, "We'll give you tickets or some shit." Who knows?
But yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like I said, I like the fact that we're seeing people, just like the person that they just cut, the announcer, the one that you like. I remember.
Yeah, I like her as an announcer. I never thought she was going to be a good wrestler, but yeah.
No, yeah, the announcer. You liked her because she was cute and she was, she was good on the mic and the announcing stuff. I forgot her name, man. Jesus, is it Gabby?
Taylor.
I don't know why I had Gabby in my head.
Devin. She's gone.
Yeah,
she be gone.
Yeah, Devin Taylor. Yeah, so it looks like the next episode we'll see her actually get cut.
Yep.
But it's a good show, man. Anything they put on there, I'm for it, because it's just more fucking. Right now, we're having a good time with wrestling because they're giving all that content for $11-10 a month. So.
Exactly, it's a good value. Well, look, man, I appreciate the call, buddy.
Yeah, of course, man. Like I said, I wish I would have seen that you were live earlier. I definitely would have called earlier, man.
So, hey,
sorry about that.
You saved the show as far as I'm concerned. You gave me more because I was getting ready to leave here, and we got 20 minutes more of great content for you because you called in. So that's great. So
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
and like
I appreciate you, my friend, and take it easy.
All right, Dave. You have a good night, man.
See you later, buddy. Michael Mendoza, everybody. Michael Mendoza. Pretty good stuff. A couple of things in the chat real quick before we get up out of here. Jordan Turner, hey Dave, do you see the 2016 Royal Rumble Seth Rollins versus Lesnar rematch from Battleground and Rollins winning via DQ? Then Lesnar later on the night, he wins the Royal Rumble. No. I think Lesnar is going to be making a surprise reappearance at Royal Rumble and just winning the whole thing. So no, I don't think he'll be in a title match with Seth there. No. There's no point in giving it away. And especially because if he won the Royal Rumble, that means he'd be getting another title shot at WrestleMania. Just too much of the same thing. So no, I don't see that happening. Sal, my copious graphics guru, Sal Quijada, says, so Dave, what do you think will happen with Sheamus and cashing in the Money in the Bank? He will try to cash in and he will fail cashing in. That's what I think. That's what I think if I had to guess. Just my opinion. But look, well, there it is. I think we're good. Trojan Zombie says, what's up, Dave? What's up, Trojan Zombies? Trojan zombies. I'm just all kinds of weird stuff in there. I think that's all I got. I think the fight is over inside of me. I need to go rest. It's almost 12:30, midnight 30 here in Germany. I'm tired, pain, all that good stuff. So thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Michael Mendoza, for the great call. That was a lot of fun. But we'll see you next time. This time for real. We'll see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, motherfuckers, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Peace. Keep it copious, bitches. Check out White Death Graphics. White Death Graphics on gmail.com. Sal, that's his thing. Go check him out. Peace.